So I kind of want to address the elephant in the room. Um, there's been talk about a Destiny 3. And as somebody who has got over 2,000 hours into Destiny 2, I've never played Destiny 1, but that's besides the point. I was originally very against a Destiny 3. Why? I've put a lot of money and time into this game. Um, I really originally didn't like the idea of restarting, but then I kind of sat down and I thought about it and I used my brain and I kind of thought Destiny 2 has gone severely downhill, especially since Final Shape. And I think a big reason for that is because we're just running out of content. Yes, they say they still have more story lined up, but I think we need to stop. I think it's done. Destiny 2 um has a new competitor, and that being Marathon. Bungie raised Halo. Halo grew up. Halo moved out of the house, and then we had Destiny. Destiny was the new favorite child. Destiny was the only child in the house, and now it's all grown up. Destiny is more of the 30-year-old man that lives in Bungie's basement, to put it like that. That's the way I see it. Um, Bungie is having a new kid now, and that kid's name is Marathon. And we need to get Destiny's got to get out of the house. Um, I may be kind of explaining this in the wrong way, but I just feel that it's time for Destiny to go. As a game that has been around for as long as it has, it's gone through very many, what's the word? Very much time and tribulations. I think that's a saying. Um, and I feel that Destiny 2 has been an excellent learning experience for Bungie. Rolling back to what I was saying about how I was originally against it and restarting and all that, um, I feel like restarting is the best option, actually. Why? Because we have done everything. I've got 2,000 hours in this game and I have nothing else to do. I don't want to spend the whole video hating on Destiny 2. Let me talk about Destiny 3. Some of the reasons why I think Destiny 3 would be such a great idea is because it's a fresh start. I think that's one of the reasons why Marathon is going to do so good is because it's completely new, it's completely fresh. It's got old games, so they kind of have some story to work with. We all kind of are going in with some idea of what's going on. But anyways, I don't want to talk about Marathon here. Some of the things that I think would benefit Destiny 3. I'm going to go ahead and name them all out. Some of the things that I've written down. We're going to start off with a hard one. No PvP. I will elaborate more, but absolutely no PvP in Destiny 3. I think we should do better exotics. Keep the story. That's a big one. I think we need to be more powerful. Let me elaborate. Giving us a random unnamed character, and I think I'll just talk about this. I think I'll start off with this. A member of the Fallen should not be able to kill us. There's no rhyme or reason for why we should be dying to a Fallen character. So, unless they have stasis, but other than that, there's no reason at all. We are so powerful. We kill hive gods just for fun. Okay. We go in and just kill Oryx. We kill hive gods. Like, are you kidding me? And we can sometimes die to a fallen character, like to a fallen soldier. I feel like it's all over the place. We need to either be so overwhelmed with ads that our power just isn't enough, and that's how we die. And that's one of the things that Space Marine 2 does. You are a unit. The only way you can die in Space Marines 2 is if you just get overwhelmed with the amount of enemies. And I think that that's great. Being overpowered by a small character that just has a bumped up health bar and a bumped up amount of damage just is stupid and it's lazy, to be honest. Yeah, I think that they need to revamp how the enemy system works. Um, but yeah. Next thing I want to talk about, keep the story. I recently managed to get one of my friends onto Destiny. He's never played Destiny. He's tried it before. He never really got into it. But with due to the severe lack of games that have been coming out lately, he decided to give it a try. So here we are trying out Destiny 2. As someone who buys the annual pass, I get access to everything for a whole year. It's $100, whatever. Playing with somebody who doesn't have any expansion, he can't do anything. We can do random strikes and we can do GMs, but him being brand new, it's just me carrying him through the GM. So, or me or one of my friends that's been playing the game, it's just us two carrying him. And that's not necessarily fun for him. So when he asks me, what missions do I do? What's going on in the storyline? I'm like, oh yeah, this is what's going on, but that mission actually got taken out of the game. You can't actually do that mission anymore. Or yeah, I actually have no idea what you're supposed to be doing. So he stopped. Like, he's not really how can they've hurt veteran players to make it easier on newer players, and yet they don't make it very accessible to new players. You get what I'm saying? They remove content, paid for content, by the way, and then they don't make it very clear on what we're supposed to be doing. We have Sony backing up Bungie now. Sony is on Bungie's side now. So everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, Sony can make it easier. Sony is a big money company, like big money. So you can't use that excuse, oh, Bungie just doesn't have the funding for it. Oh, they do now. Oh, they do now. And you look at what they're doing to Marathon, they've got the money. So that's not an excuse. So if we do a Destiny 3, which I hope we do, keep all story, keep all content. It'll be a timeline kind of thing where you can view different timelines. It'll just show the entire timeline of Destiny. I'm going to try and find an image and put it up on the screen. But an entire timeline of Destiny, and you can kind of go back to some stuff. And they only do that for like certain things, limited time things. But because they've removed and deleted so much story, it's really not. It's just not worth your time. Next, exotics. Most of the exotics suck, and that's why I'm going to elaborate on the new no PvP in a minute. Actually, I'll just start talking about the PvP now. Destiny 3 better not have any PvP. Sorry to the people that like trials. Sorry to the people that do like PvP in Crucible. I will die on this hill. PvP is what has ruined Destiny 2. Why? Balancing reasons. Specifically Hunter. I have everything on Hunter. When I first started playing Destiny 2, I started with Hunter and I played Hunter for years, suffering through the 3 good exotics that Hunter has. I've stopped. I'm now a Titan main because Hunter has just been nerfed so many times. You know why? Because it's primarily Hunters in PvP. Most of the Hunter exotics are PvP exotics. We have so many exotic weapons. Most of those exotic weapons are not most of them, excuse me, I'm sorry, not most of them, but a decent amount of them are only good in PvP. You can use them in PvE, but realistically, it's not going to compete. Why would I use this exotic when it doesn't really feel exotic and it's just kind of a weapon? They smacked a gold camo on it, gave it a special ability, and was like, that works. I like it. Call it exotic. Just because it says exotic and it has an extra ability doesn't make it exotic. That is something I thoroughly will vouch for in this game, is that the exotics suck. Um, they just don't feel exotic. So in Destiny 3, what I think they should do is either A, make the exotics exotic, or B, make a new exotic tier. We will have our exotics, and then we can have a tier above that where they actually change the game, where they actually do something. I'm going to kind of go on like a side mission here, a little side rant. I want to show you. We're going to go to my hunter here. I'm not going to go through every single exotic that Hunter has, but I'm just going to show you two exotics, one for Hunter, one for Titan, just to kind of show you how horrible, if you haven't played Hunter, just how horrible all of these exotics are. Let me find a build where I don't need class ability, just so I can kind of show you that it's risk. Oh shoot, we got 100. I'm trying to avoid having 100. Because if you have over 100, it'll give you bonus stuff. All right. We'll take some damage. All right, we got no health. We dodge. Barely half health. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that this is exotic? Ignore the shader I have on. I had to look earlier. Dodging gives a small health and shield bump. Really? Why would I use this? That's it. That's all it does. It gives you a small health and shield bump. And this is one of those things that is really only decent in PvP. And I wholeheartedly believe the only reason why this helmet sucks is because of PvP. They need to balance things for PvP. Every single problem with this game, if you ever get an exotic, you get something, and you think to yourself, man, this thing sucks. This really needs to be buffed. It's because of PvP. I can promise you that. I can promise you the whole reason why whatever exotic you're thinking of, the reason why it sucks is because of balancing reasons for PvP. Where is it? There it is. Crest of Alphalupie. Find no class. I have 3 class on right now. Okay, there's no chance I'm getting any types of buffs. We're going to go over here. Take some damage. Go to critical. Activate this. Oh my goodness. Are you so serious right now? So Hunter has an ability, or it has an exotic, where using your class ability gives you a quarter of your health back. Titan has an exotic where using your class ability, it gives you your entire health back. And I want to mention this. You remember how it just said it gives a small health and shield bump? You know what this one does? Generates an orb of power from supers. Okay, that's one thing. Generating an orb of barricade, dealing sustained damage or defeating targets from behind, creates a healing pulse. That's a second thing. Healing your allies grants barricade energy. That's a third thing. On top, we'll say fourth, because on top of dealing damage, healing allies, just activating it gives you full health. Y'all see what I'm saying? Hunter just sucks because it's primarily the PvP class, so they have to nerf everything. I don't really want to go on and on about this because best believe I could. Also, with them having to make things in a way to where it's fair both in PvE and PvP, and them having to balance things out for PvP, they have hardly any PvP stuff in this game. We've got Trials, we've got the occasional Iron Banner, and then we've got Crucible, which we have this much PvP stuff and this much Crucible stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have a PvE focused game that is ruining the PvE experience so that way PvP is more balanced. One of the kind of last things that I want to touch on, and this is just kind of like a side idea. Um, when I heard about them first talking about making Destiny, like Destiny 1, just Destiny universe in general, they talked about being between space stuff or like a medieval kind of thing. I don't quote me on this, but this is just from my memory. I remember them talking about deciding whether doing space stuff or medieval stuff. And they obviously went with space, which they did a fantastic job on. Say Destiny, this Destiny 2 is that. That's the last Destiny we get, which is ideal. I think that we should go a different route. I think that we should go an entirely different PvE game. We've got Marathon. Marathon is the new PvP baby. We need a new game for PvE. The last good PvE game that came out was Space Marines 2. I am a huge PvE junkie. I love PvE games, but we just don't have enough. And that's mainly why I've been still playing Destiny for so long. That's why I have so much time put into Destiny, because it's, just because um we just have so much content for PvE. Okay, replayability with PvE. I think we need a new PvE game. And if they do a different IP, which I hope that they do, I hope they make an entirely new universe. I hope they make an entirely new IP. I want them to I want them to have no PvP in it, because, like this whole rant that I just went on, it has ruined Destiny 2. And if you're a PvE junkie, you would probably argue that PvE has ruined Destiny. Both parties can argue that. It's just not something that works. You can't have PvP and PvE in one game. I feel like Destiny is a perfect example of that, for balancing reasons. It just doesn't work. Like, if you do that, make an entirely new mode. Space Marine 2 does that. They have storyline, they have PvP, and then they have an entirely different section that is dedicated to PvE. They should do that. If they really have to put PvP in the next Destiny 3, which they don't. They don't have to do that. Just to kind of recap, we need to keep the storyline. Don't delete any. If your game is getting too big to where like you just don't have enough storage to keep this story in the game, that's when you make a sequel. I mean, I feel like that was common sense. If the game is just getting too big, you make a sequel. And if they make Destiny 3 and it just gets too big, make a Destiny 4, because that's not heard of. We've got games that have more than 3 or 4 different games. I mean, look at Resident Evil. Resident Evil is on their, like, what, 15th game now? They've got a lot of games, and that's okay. Resident Evil is a good franchise. You don't have to jam pack every single thing into one game. Sequels are okay. We need a fresh slate. We need a reset. We need to put everybody on the same level so that way everybody can start. Because best believe I will be playing Destiny 3. I love Destiny 2. And even if it's not Destiny 3, even if it's not Destiny, what if it's like, I don't know, I can't think of like a random game name, but what if it's something else? What if it's a whole new IP? That's what I really want. Let's do that. Let's just reset, new everything. Nobody has any idea what's going on. The only people that are still playing Destiny are people like me who have got a lot of time and money put into the game, that truly love this franchise, but we're just itching for the next thing to do. New players, it's impossible. It's truly impossible for them to really get into this game. This game's just too far gone, with all the negativity it's gotten, with all the removed things and the amount of money. Oh my god, the amount of money you have to put into this game just to be able to try it out. I hope you all enjoyed my little yap session. That's actually, no, that's not all I have to say. I could go on longer, but I am 40 minutes into recording this video. I'm going to try and cut that down to 10 minutes, but we'll see what happens. If there's something that you kind of want to see in Destiny 3, if we ever get it, Let me know if you disagree with whatever I said. Let me know. I would like to see. I love seeing y'all's opinions. I hope everybody has a great day, and please give me your thoughts on this. Have a good one.